My name is Layla Diffenbach, and this is my ethnographic case study. The person I chose to interview is Native American and has struggled with ADHD, lived in a single-parent household that was kind of a neglectful parent. The themes that emerged from this were kindness, motivation, and determination. Kindness was a direct quote. My dad stopped being my life around age 15. He was abusive when I was a young child, and my mom became neglectful towards me around age 10 when my sister was born. The only person I had was my grandfather. Next was motivation, another direct quote. My grandpa paid for me to go to school to be older. He was older himself and the only person I looked up to, and I inspired to be like him. And three, determined. This is another direct quote. I've always wanted to be a dad. I'm determined to be a better parent than my parents ever were. I'm going to be the best husband and father. So, he is from the Kickapoo tribe of Texas. Not sure if I said that right. In 2017, it was 406 members, but today there are 1,134 members. The people are known as the Kiapo. Not sure if I said that correctly, but they speak Algonquian. Their spiritual beliefs are they're very connected to nature and their ancestors and honoring the earth. They're animistic, where it means they believe in spirit messengers who are embodied in earth, such as natural forces, wind, things like that. Their traditional practices, they love storytelling, telling their history, keeping their values, things of that nature. He was tested and diagnosed with ADHD and dyslexia. He takes medicine for ADHD to this day. He loses focus very quickly. He's very impulsive. He was really good at math, but he's really bad at reading. So there are many tribes. So I will try and include grade appropriate levels in my classroom library for students to learn about their tribes and have members from tribes nearby come in and share their stories. There are many mental health issues, and they all look different for everyone, but I make sure to label that emotion if that student is crying, because the age group that I'm planning to teach on, they don't really understand emotions, they just feel them right now. So just labeling it, but not diving too deep unless it's actually needed and they need to be observed. So for tribes, I'm going to include many books about that is grade level appropriate in my classroom library. We'll have culture day, maybe once a month, but we'll see when I'm obviously actually a teacher how much time and stuff. I will label an emotion that student is showing and expressing and experiencing. Visitors, we'll have visitors from tribes come talk to the students, or if the counselor or someone from admin needs to come give that lesson about emotions and what to do. Okay, culture day, we're gonna research the culture, explore it. Then we will have snacks for culture, practice their native language, and listen to stories, whether it's from a book or from a guest. For my mental issues, I will set clear expectations that everyone is welcome in my classroom, we're all a family, but I will also have high expectations for all my students. But of course, I will give them that modification or accommodation that they need. And for my poverty students, I will always have extra snacks and waters in my classroom. I'll have extra hygiene products and feminine hygiene products and clothes. In any situation, if I don't, then the nurse's office will always have these supplies, if not more. So technology can be good and it can be bad. If it's used properly and in a good way, it's great. And these are some examples of that. In the top left, we have a phone holder, and phones are voice activated now. AI is a big one. Although it's bad for the environment, they are coming up with some tools, I believe, that's making it a little bit less harmful to the environment. The bottom left is a button hook. I believe that's what it's called, but it's to zip and unzip and button and unbutton clothing items. To the right of that, we have I'm not sure what it's called, but goes around the person's hand, as we see, to help them bend their fingers and move their hands. To the right of that, we have, I'm not sure what it's called, but it's a mouthpiece that goes in this person's mouth to use as a pen to scroll. And then to the right of that, we have Duolingo. We can learn many languages. Above Duolingo, there's YouTube for tutorials. And then to the top of that, we have a cochlear implant for deaf people. So I learned or my biases for this was thinking, how can a parent treat their child like this? I would never do this to my child, no matter how many kids I have. But only knowing one side and not really knowing what the parent was going through, struggling with, or thinking. So I learned to be more patient, have an open mind, truly learn and understand the different struggles that my students face, and actually listen to their needs and actually meet their needs. So I will change. I will teach my students how Jesus taught us and how he continues to guide us. I'll be patient and welcoming and accepting. My classroom will be a safe space, and it'll be a second home for all my students. These are my credits. So thank you. This turned out great because the person I got interviewed was actually my husband, because the first time I introduced this, he really wanted to do this, but I told him I gotta find someone else. And the person I interviewed the first time, I feel like I didn't really hit the mark, so he was really glad that I did this.